Hey guys, Alex here as usual, and I wanted to talk about something new that uh, I want to do and maybe get some feedback from you guys. I'll try to keep this as short as I can. I'm not sure if I want to push this out to the main channel or if it'll just be unlisted video or not yet, but either way, let's get to it. What I want to do is I want to get rid of our hardcore server. For those of you that don't know, we've been running a hardcore server in parallel to our main server as just kind of a bonus to our players and to give them this extra thing that they can do in their spare time or if they get bored of the main server or whatever. It's currently set to a 1 week ban time, and we've been resetting the map every month. Here are the drawbacks to the hardcore server. You get a disconnect because you're splitting your community up into two different areas. Not that people are solely reliant on each one. However, you are getting people that, you don't know who's online, and it's just there's somewhat of a small disconnect there. The other drawback is that people tend to form alliances. Alliances are not against the rules, however, they're not encouraged. Nothing is really encouraged, but a lot of times people are forming up in pairs, triplets, or even 4 people in a group. And if you're by yourself in the hardcore server, you're just not going to get off. So the only tactic is to try to get more people on your team. It just turns it into a teams game. So what I want to do is I want to turn our hardcore server into a clans server. Now, a lot of you are going to think factions when you hear clans, but it's really not the same thing. Factions is very much about claiming land as well as joining guilds and whatnot, and then taking land from other guilds. This is going to be about just joining a clan and just killing the other teams and raiding and success. This plugin that's called Simple Clans is very much it's fairly lightweight. It's very robust at the same time, but all it is about joining teams that tracks lots of stats like your kill death ratio and then also your clan's kill death ratio. And there's different ranks in the clan. It's got a lot of cool stuff, and I'll get into that a little bit later. The other thing is that we would be keeping the I'm gonna have to deal with this. We would be keeping the world border same as the hardcore server, meaning we probably would expand it just a little bit, but that way you are kind of forced in the same square, so that you have to find other people anyway. The other thing is we'll probably keep the random spawn plugin, which randomly drops you in a certain grid area, depending on the size of the grid, and that way people can't spawn camp and whatnot. You'll just have a random spawn, then you can try to find other people if you need to. But the cool part is the clans plugin, and I'll get into that a bit now. Right now, if I type clan list, you'll see no clans have been created. And I'll create one now. We'll just call it clan create. You create it with a tag. Let's do, I think D is the color for pink. We'll just do PP, and we'll call it the Pig Pushers. Clan Pig Pushers created. Now when I speak, you'll see the little PP next before my name, indicating that I belong to the Pig Pushers. Now, if I wanted to, let's say, invite Zach, I can do clan invite Risque, and then it'll ask if he's wants to join. Now he's saying if I'm on the Pink Pansies team. Oh, and he joined. Looks like you are too. So now, if I just type clan list, we see the Pig Pushers. There's 2 members. It's the rank number 1, and that's because it's got a KDR of 0. Well, it's because it's the only one, but the highest KDR is going to be your number 1 clan, and KDR is kill death ratio, so it accumulates that for your entire team. There's a lot of other cool, you just type clan and you get a list of all the different things. You can create alliances, you can create rivalries, you can do a roster. So we'll just type clan roster and we'll see that it shows myself and it shows Zach. It shows him as gray because he's untrusted, so he won't be able to do as much as an untrusted untrusted person. And that's because anyone could type /join the or PP for pig pushers, and then they'll join it, but they won't get access to all the features to avoid other members from cheating for you. But anyway, that's kind of complex. So we're just gonna hit clan trust Zach, and then it trusts him. If we do roster, now his name is in white, and now he has access to more stuff. Right where I'm standing on this gold, we will do clan set home. Clan home set. There we go. So now the clan home is set right here. And one thing that's pretty neat is that if I go exploring, or if I'm caving, or I'm out on the battlefield and I want to go home, I can just type clan home, but it doesn't teleport me. Waiting for teleport stands still for 10 seconds, which is challenging, especially if you're about to be battled. This way that if you're in a cave and you're about to be attacked by mobs, or if you are out on the field and another player spots you and is going to attack you, you can't just teleport home. But this way, it's a nice, easy way for people to get back to base, yet without having the drawback of being able to teleport whenever you want. Now, because I made Zach a trusted player, he can use that command. If he wasn't a trusted player, then he would not be able to go to our base, because anyone could just join and go, I'll get right into their base. And then you can just take all their shit and leave the clan after you've left. Not very cool. So there's all that stuff in place. I'm trying to think if there's anything else There's a lot of features. There's you can start wars, you can view your kill counts, you can do a lot of stuff. It's very, very cool and robust plugin. You can promote members. Only leaders can do stuff in your clans and whatnot, and blah, blah, blah. If there's more info that you want to know about it, there's definitely going to be a link in the description that shows a link to the plugin page for this that shows all the features. Now, the whole goal of this server is to kind of create a similar hardcore server, but we're just going to emphasize joining teams. You don't have to join a team if you don't want, but it's going to be tougher for you. So if you think this is a good idea, please let me know. If this sounds like a lot of fun, please let me know. I'm looking for lots of feedback here. The most important thing that I want feedback on is how long should the death ban time be? So when you die, how long are you going to be locked out from the server? Zach's having fun. I was thinking a half an hour, just because I feel like that's going to suck. Maybe anywhere from a half an hour to 2 hours is what I feel like. And I'm really open to suggestions there. Anything shorter and death is not going to be... Oh, flying is not enabled on the server, apparently. Okay. Anyway. As you can see, when I logged in, it shows a kind of a message board thing as to what the most recent stuff happened with your clan. And if I wanted to chat with just my clan, I type /period, and then my message, test clan only message. So now only Zach can see that since he's a member of my clan. But anyway, the death ban time. If it's too short, death is not going to feel like a big threat. If it's too long, then the problem you'll run into is, let's say you've got 5 people on your team, and you guys get in a battle, and 4 of them are dead, and you're alive, and you won. Great. Let's say another faction knows that, and let's say the death ban time is 24 hours. They have an entire 24 hours to find your base and loot it, with you being the only defender, being the only one that could do anything about it. So that's the dilemma there. I'm looking for lots of feedback. Anything you guys want to tell me, any thoughts you may have on it, it's going to be very, very helpful. The end of the hardcore server, the map reset, is on May 20th, which is only about 10 days away. Actually, I think it's like a week from this Friday, which is tomorrow at the time of recording this, so only 8 days left. I think at that point, I'm very much going to want to switch to this, so we're kind of on a deadline here. One other thing that I will mention in terms of getting a lot of players onto the server is we're not only going to advertise our main server, but we're also going to advertise this server as well, meaning we're going to have basically 2 separate advertisements going out for these servers. It'll still be one unanimous whitelist, meaning if you're whitelisted on either server, you're going to have access to both. However, at the very bottom of each advertisement, it will say that basically you'll have access to both. So again, give me your feedback, and I think that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching.